Okay, that's enough of that. Hey guys, Robin here. And welcome to another movie review. Today, today I am going to be reviewing one of my favorite movies of all time, Maximum Overdrive. Yes, Maximum Overdrive. The only movie that famous horror author Stephen King has ever directed. It may very well be the only one he ever directs. He said that he's really regretted making this movie. Well, it's not really scary more as it's just completely awesome because it's a movie about sentient semi trucks killing people, and it's not just semi trucks. There's an electric cutting knife, a steamroller, um, a lawnmower, an ice cream van, etc. Yeah, and and this movie may be trash, but it is redeemed by one credit on the very back. Just take a look at this. Look. No, your eyes are not lying to you. That actually says music by AC/DC. Yeah. And any movie that has a soundtrack that is entirely AC/DC is bloody awesome. Look to Iron Man 2 for perfect evidence of that. Um, yeah, this movie stars Emilio Estevez, who I know from The Breakfast Club and The Mighty Ducks. Uh, there's also Yeardley Smith, who is the voice of Lisa Simpson. There's also Pat Hingle, who is probably most well known for playing Commissioner Gordon in all four of the classic Batman movies. My favorite scene in this movie, there's a lot of cool scenes. There's the drawbridge pile up at the start. There's the scene of the kid getting ran over by a road roller. And every single time I've shown someone that scene for the first time, and even when I saw it for the first time, when it happened, I was like, yeah, because it's a kid getting crushed by a steamroller. And supposedly, in the uncut version of the movie, which has yet to see a home video release, the kids, the dummy was just supposed to burst, and the roller would just paint the blood around, but instead all the blood got forced up into the dummy's head, and its head exploded, which is actually more realistic than what they had in mind. Now, this movie was produced by Dino De Laurentiis, who, by the way, is what my character down there is named after. Yeah, so yeah, Stephen King, Stephen King often said that the reason why he did this movie, one sec. Yeah. Yeah. So, the reason why Stephen King did Maximum Overdrive is because he wanted someone to do Stephen King right, and that if he wanted a movie done right, he had to do it himself, which kind of implies he dislikes all previous adaptations of his work, which would include such classic horror gems as The Shining, Carrie, and Christine, well, that's kind of the vibe I got from it. That he was just saying that his older movies were crap, but that's probably not what he meant. Just being all dramatic for the trailer. And Stephen King has said that he was on coke the whole time, and I don't mean Coca-Cola, and I don't mean Coca-Cola. I mean the other kind, the Coke, the kind. Yeah, that hurt my nose a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, this movie's not scary, but it's one of the ultimate so bad it's good movies. Yeah, yeah, like yeah. But now this was adapted um from a short story that King originally wrote for Cavalier magazine. No, this movie based on a short story that King wrote and had published in the June 1973 edition of Cavalier magazine, which from my research earlier is similar to Playboy. Um, anyway, yeah, this version of the movie it's rated R and it's got closed captioning because not all copies of Maximum Overdrive have closed captions. And this movie is 97 minutes, so that's basically 1 hour 37 minutes of your time. And even if you don't like the movies, and even if you hate the movie, there's still that there's still that rockin' soundtrack. But Maximum Overdrive is not the only adaptation of Trucks. In fact, well, Maximum Overdrive came out in 1986, and 11 years later, there was a made-for-TV movie aired simply called Trucks, based on the true story. Now, I have seen now I have seen Trucks, and Maximum Overdrive is definitely better. But who knows? I mean, maybe I will give Trucks a review sometime. I don't know. We'll see how well this review does first. Anyways, watch Maximum Overdrive and just watch Maximum Overdrive. It's one of the best bad movies ever made. It's from the 80s. So it's from the 80s. It's got semi trucks, explosions, gunplay, there's blood. This is what you call a man's movie. However, this sorry about that. Anyway, that's all the time I've got for today. So thank you for watching this review, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.